What's good, everyone? Welcome back to FaShaun. This is episode 17, and today, we're gonna continue along with the winter series and go off with a shoe that has been something of a staple in my wardrobe for about a month now. I love this shoe. It's my new favorite shoe when it comes to like a technical shoe for an everyday use. Technically, again, it's a trail runner, but it can be used for daily life, and so we're going to get into one of my favorite shoes that I've ever put on my feet, something that I have high hopes for now that I've tried them out, and that is the Norda 000, I'm going to leave this in here, 001A, kind of trail running daily driver shoe. Let's get into it. So hopefully this is catching the light really well, but this shoe is pretty phenomenal when it comes to its technical ability. Full Dyneema upper here for durability, which is really awesome. This is a exclusive Vibram plate, I think, for this shoe. I believe it's made in China, and the color itself is pewter. But I really enjoy, I kind of, the looks of the shoe might have kind of grown on me because in the beginning I wasn't the biggest fan, but overall I would say that looking at it from top down, it looks good on the foot. I actually really enjoy the sort of side profile and even sort of the profile in front with this huge sort of chunky sole, just unique for the segment. I feel really great combination of looks and functionality. Now, for the description, as you know, this is a styling channel. We particularly bring products in to style them so you get inspiration for your own outfits. And we won't be going as heavy, probably not at all, into the trail running capabilities of this and the actual running capabilities of this. I did actually pick this up as a daily trainer in inclement weather, meaning I'll run outside on ice or in cold winter rain, which will become eventually ice. And so I wanted something that could really do that while at the same time being a waterproof shoe that I can walk around, get a coffee, and something that's comfortable as well. But there's a lot of use cases for this with prices starting at around $300. It's quite premium for a trail running shoe. But at the same time, if you can get it on sale, which I did, which we will talk about in a second, I think it's really worth it. I really enjoy this shoe. I'm being serious. It has really impressed me more than I thought it would. And the quality, I know you're paying, and so you better get quality, but the quality is there. The quality is there. So if you can get it from secondhand vintage, or if you can get it on sale like I did, I think you just can't go wrong with this. So the purchase rationale, I kind of touched on it a little bit just right now in the description, but there's a range of uses associated with this that I feel justifies the cost, especially when you buy it on sale. It's waterproof, it's extremely comfortable. You can use it if you want it to style a fit as well. That's a bit more technical, a bit more gorp-core. You can use it if you just want to wear sweats and go to the coffee shop and get something. So I really do feel this is that one shoe do it all kind of scenario. They have a great range of colors. I actually wanted the cinder color at first, but the pewter one was the one on sale from the 001A, which we will touch on now, versus the 001. So I went with the pewter. The differences between the 001 and 001A is that the A actually uses this Dyneema sort of fabric on top, right here. And it's just built more of an upgraded version from the regular 001 to have better durability, to last longer on those trail runs. So when you buy this, you know that you are getting something that could last a very long time. And so when you look at the time value of money over that period, even with cheaper, even slightly cheaper, like $200 alternatives that are amazing as well, this does stand out with its technology, its lastingness, and the fact that I think it looks the best. Going into the market analysis, as you know, this is kind of adaptable based on what product we are reviewing, and stylistically, of course. With this, I wanted to go, I did go cheap, medium, and then expensive, but considering the fact that this is a premium, technically, this is a premium product for a hiking shoe, I wanted to go not so cheap with this first part of the analysis, but something maybe a bit more common that you would find on sale that has similar capabilities. That is the Hoka Speedgoat 6, the Gore-Tex version specifically. I think retail is around $200, but you can definitely find these on Facebook Marketplace or your marketplace of choice for cheaper, as well as on sale as well for probably huge amounts. You aren't getting maybe more niche brand that you can sort of buy into and support, sure, with Hoka, but you are getting a huge amount of research, dedication, dedicated resources, I should say, for this specific type of silhouette. Now, would I go with the Hoka Speedgoat? I was originally going to go do that, so my initial research did push me in that direction, but when I saw this, I really wanted to try it out, and I'm really glad that I did, because this is incredible. But you can definitely look into the Hoka Speedgoat 6 as a one-stop shop similar to this, where you can go to the coffee shop, you can do it for trail runs, you can use it when it's raining, and so on. For the sort of mid-market analysis, I do have the Salomon XT6 Gore-Tex, which is, in my opinion, the main competitor to this shoe. A lot of the people that want to buy this shoe, similar to myself, want functionality and aesthetics, and we want it right in the middle. We want something that looks good, but at the same time can outperform other shoes in specific areas of our lives. And so the Salomon XT6 Gore-Tex specifically does something similar to this, in that it's a good looking shoe. It has Gore-Tex technology. I love the lace system that Salomon uses on their XT6 and XT4s as well. And so that's something that you can really look into relative to this shoe. However, I will say a lot of people have it in the city, a lot of people have it around town, and a lot of people don't really know how to style it properly. And so, in my opinion, the best way to look to when you're deciding on either of these shoes is, do you want something that has more of a mainstream look? Because you might want that. You might not want to go too crazy. Or do you want something that's a little bit more unique with I would say probably better technology within it? Will probably last longer. I had some XT4s with Gore-Texes and they didn't really last as long. I don't think they'll last as long as this. So it's really up to you. But yeah, they're similar price points. They're similar with that fashion and function sort of index on where they lie. So it's really up to you. But again, I think this edges it out just a little bit more. Lastly, for the expensive part of the analysis, I do have, as usual with anything winterized, the most expensive thing, it's going to be Montclair. It's the Montclair Trail Grip Gore-Tex. Pretty much a combination of this and some Montclair design tributes with Gore-Tex. When you get into technical fabrics and technical shoes, they're usually man-made and not rare, which means that they don't have to be expensive. So the reason why, I think, these are like over $700, complete overkill. They look good, I'll say that, but I mean, you don't need to spend that much money to get a technical shoe. Also, if you're getting something technical, it's probably likely you're gonna beat it up. And when you beat it up, there goes your money down the drain, right? And good luck selling it, because that's not gonna work. So you might as well get something, if you want something premium, this is the perfect option for you. I would stay away from this whole Montclair business until they design something actually proper that isn't a collaboration. So starting off, we have the Nordas, some Yeezy thick cream socks, an old Essentials actually sweatsuit with the pants and the sweatshirt there, the crew. I have my vintage Wrangler denim trucker jacket, and then a Nike MMW jacket with a Bandit running hat. Going into the styling portion of this, I've actually brought in my headphones because they are part of the styling component. As you know, we're going to be doing FCP, with fit, contrast, and proportion, a proprietary framework to styling anything. When it comes to fit, I always say that it's easiest to get right. You know what works well in your body versus what doesn't. You can tell when it's on a rack, if it's like something that you're like, oh, I like this, versus something that's like, a good rule of thumb for this is think about it from the vision of the designer who made the garment that you're looking at. How do they want it to fit on you? And be really honest with yourself, and then go from there. But in terms of fit here, everything is kind of loose. I added a little bit of something more tapered with this jacket just to give it a little bit more structure. Everything is a little bit loose to the body, even these throwback essentials pants. So in terms of fit, I feel super comfortable. I feel a-okay. Next, we have contrast. Now, contrast is split into two different sort of criteria: contrast in, colors, and contrast in textures. And so, with colors and textures, I would say you have to complete the circle. What does that mean? If you have one item on your body in one color, you need to have another item on your body in a similar color. Not the exact, doesn't have to be, but it has to be a similar color because it shows flow throughout the entirety of the outfit, and you want everything to match. If you kind of break this rule, you pull more attention to one specific part of your outfit. I think that's kind of the wrong way to go about things, and you want something that is just more complete. And going into that, as you know, we start off with the Nordas. So the Nordas have a black and a gray. I have a gray trucker jacket here, so we do the circle on gray, black and black somewhere else on the body. Here's black as well. There's black on hat somewhere else, I believe. So you complete the circle on black. Cream over here, cream on the headphones, this is why I have them. Cream on the socks, you complete the circle there. Even cream on the writing here and on the tie laces. So in terms of completing the circle on all these colors, we're good to go. Next, we have textures, right? Contrast and textures, really important because it shows really good style if you can do it right. In this case, I would say if you want just a golden rule, complete the circle again. So this is a nylon-esque fabric. It goes with the Dyneema of the Nordas. All of this other stuff is cotton or a low pile wool. A technique that I like to use is going from high pile to low pile in a gradient on your body. Super, super cool. Don't have a lot of garments that can really do that, but when I do, I will for sure showcase it. So in terms of the complete the circle on the textures portion of the framework, we're good to go as well. Lastly is proportion. Proportion, unlike fit, is the hardest to get right. Takes a lot of research and dedication to understand proportions that really work for you first, and then delve into proportions that are a bit more experimental. This is a proportion that I actually wanted to leverage because I felt like wearing this Essentials tracksuit with the Nordas, and it is the inverted triangle or the upside down triangle. You can see here that it is wider at my shoulders, and then it narrows down. It narrows down, as you can see here, to my feet at the bottom. And this is a shape, again, that's in the natural environment. You can view it in architecture as well, and it's something that's pleasing to the eye. Another one that I could have used is wider on the pants, thinner or smaller on the shoulders, just to narrow that down. That's more of a triangle. You can do rectangles, squares, and then obviously the go-to is the hourglass proportion. But that's what I've leveraged, and it's something that you could leverage as well. Lastly, let's get out on the road. We're gonna get a coffee. We're gonna talk about how to really look for those products that combine technicality as well as style to really get the full range of functionality, and honestly, so that you can spend your money a little bit wiser. All right, we are on the road with the Nordas. They are super, super comfortable, but just be careful with sizing. I have to order a full size up. They say half size up, I have to do full size up. If you want to do anything with thicker socks, go full size up. Also, the laces need to be tightened super tightly because they do come apart when running, or sometimes even just walking. So be mindful of that. Man,
Everybody else in Toronto, it's been freezing lately. Just so cold. Man, I can't wait until, you know, getting that coffee is just gonna be so much better. So needed. Oh. Okay. The lid is not on all the way. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, oh my gosh. A little snot. So, have my coffee in hand. And I wish I, did a little bit more B-roll with the coffee and having a chat with the barista and stuff like that, but maybe next time. The shoes are amazing for sure, but it really opens up a conversation that I wanted to have on technicality relative to stylism, fashion, things like that. Can you combine both? And is it possible to combine both and keep things accessible? I haven't seen it yet. I don't think that technology, at least clothing technology, is advanced far enough to make things more accessible. I'd even say Lululemon, for example. You walk into a retail store, I would say stylistically it's fine, it's average, but good technical stuff, very expensive for what it is, in my opinion. Even though the warranty is really good, but I wanted to see what you guys thought about, any brands out there that that combines fashion, style, and technicality in such a way that it something's happening right in front of me, in such a way that it's accessible but at the same time still looks good and still will perform. I know Keen has some stuff as well that's been trending recently, but it's been tough to find both characteristics in something that everybody can partake in, which maybe, if this ever becomes something of a career, I'd love to create a technical line of clothing that's also stylistic alongside sort of maybe like a main line. And I'd love that technical line to be running focused. I'm a big runner. Actually, that's a really good idea. Anyways, that's it for me. That's it with the Nordas. This is me with my coffee. Peace out.